Part 1. The Hunt. In Chapter 1, Carl enters the hunting grounds with 30 hours until hunters are released. He meets Oren, a syndicate liaison, who discusses the consequences of Carl's past actions, including the defeat of the Dreadnoughts. Oren offers Carl a choice regarding the Gate of the Feral Gods. Meanwhile, Carl must select a class upgrade within 10 minutes. The options are Revolutionary, Guerrilla, or Agent Provocateur. Carl ultimately chooses Agent Provocateur, enhancing his skills in explosives and bomb making. The chapter concludes with an announcement of the upcoming hunt, where 360 hunters at level 50 will pursue the crawlers. In Chapter 2, Carl leaves a mysterious area through a door and enters a jungle where heavy rain and humidity overwhelm him. He spots Donut and Katya on his map and moves toward them, encountering tall mushroom guards at a bamboo wall. Suddenly the guards fall, paralyzed, as Carl detects an invisible threat. He uses gunpowder to reveal a creature, then gets paralyzed by a second one. Donut, Mongo, and Chris arrive, fighting off the creatures. Carl is eventually rescued, while Mordecai, now in an adorable new form, humorously fails to open a door. Katya warns Carl about future attacks targeting him. In Chapter 3, Carl is surprised that his request for a lawyer is granted as he meets Quasar, a Nullian advocate. Quasar advises Carl to avoid interacting with Oren, the liaison, and warns him not to touch anything without legal advice. Carl negotiates to temporarily give up the Gate of the Feral Gods in exchange for 4 mercenaries with powerful spells, including teleportation. Katya reveals her level increase, and Carl, Donut, and the others prepare for the next phase of their journey, upgrading their quarters and planning their strategies for the upcoming challenges. In Chapter 4, Katya, Chris, Clayton, and Very Sullen leave the safe room, heading out with a caravan while Donut and Mordecai plan to shop for supplies. With only 100k gold left, they search for a shield spellbook and a Golden Throat enchantment item for Donut, who struggles with her new bard class. They discover that Donut's spells depend on her singing in key, which she finds challenging. Meanwhile, the narrator works in the Advanced Bomber's studio, examining a dangerous bomb. Mordecai insists on gathering night-blooming mushrooms, prompting the group to head out, keeping their plans secret. In Chapter 5, Carl and Donut prepare to enter Zakau, a trap-laden city. As they arrive, they notice various NPCs, including a drunken alien named Chindua. Carl uses Chindua as bait to distract hunters while casting spells. However, their presence is detected, leading to chaos as Carl detonates bombs, destroying parts of the city. After a series of explosions, Carl and Donut retreat into the scuttlebutt, but are pursued by hunters. Injured, Carl collapses outside the city limits, where new allies appear to assist him while Donut panics over his injuries. In Chapter 6, Carl and his team hire 5 mercenaries for their mission, costing 1,500 gold per day per mercenary. After a failed confrontation with the mayor, Carl becomes comatose from a debuff but is saved by his allies, including healer Miriam. Upon regaining consciousness, he reflects on his plan's failure and discusses game mechanics with Donut. Carl levels up and gains a new ability to mark enemies for kills. As they approach Zakau, Prepotente warns of traps ahead, prompting Carl to activate a spell that resolves the issue, leading to a confrontation with the goat. They ultimately apologize to each other. In Chapter 7, Carl and his team arrive at a looted town with damaged buildings and a graveyard. Miriam explains that the funeral bell mushroom guards deactivate traps, but the area has already been ravaged. They part ways after thanking Miriam and Prepotent, who expresses friendship. Donut warns Carl that hunters are targeting him, and Mordecai awaits them at a restaurant, frustrated with Carl's reckless actions. After a brief discussion, they decide to reset their buffs and watch a recap episode. Mordecai urges them to move on, while Carl reveals plans for a massive explosion on the next floor. In Chapter 8, Carl feels the strain of his work on the cookbook and the pressure of upcoming challenges. He receives various trophies totaling 595,000 gold and marks from the Guild of Suffering. Donut finds a trophy hand, sparking excitement for the Butcher's Masquerade. They watch a show revealing the top 10 crawlers and their transformations. New systems are introduced, including guilds for larger party organization, with a registration fee of 500,000 gold. A party is planned for the top 50 crawlers, featuring contests and celebrity attendance. Carl emphasizes the need to focus on current challenges while managing donor